Hello.
Hi, Ethan, please.
That's me.
Hey, Ethan, Corner here.
Hey, Jeff, how you doing, brother? Oh,
hello?
Yeah, can you hear me all right?
I can. I think you cut out for a second. But anyways, yes, I'm here.
Fantastic. Hey, how are you doing, my friend? It's been a couple years since we talked last time.
Yeah, I'm doing well. Thank you.
Your first big band for a guy who's had basically a career since his earliest days was when you joined Dokken in, I think, 1983. And you joined that band just in time for them to have kind of the best years of their career with Breaking the Chains and In My Dreams. Not a bad way to start a job, huh?
Not at all. No, I'm very grateful for my time in Dokken. I had wonderful opportunities, learned a lot, and very fortunate to have that.
And you actually got to play with one of the greatest rock guitarists around, George Lynch. So obviously you guys traded some info and some licks back and forth here and there.
Yeah, well, and we still do. We still do many projects together. We have a band called The End Machine that also features the drummer for Tesla, Steve Brown, and an amazing singer by the name of Girish Pradhan. And we also do a cover project called Heavy Hitters. So, yeah, George and I are still in contact 40-plus years later.
That's cool, because I saw that, it was 2016, so almost 10 years ago, but there was sort of a mini Dokken reunion in Japan, and then Don said that was a one-time thing. So it's good to know you and George are still jamming it out.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's hard to believe, but yeah, the reunion was 8 years ago now. So
when you guys did...
Yeah,
go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, George and I do, we love to make music together. We really do. And we're able to carry on our musical vibe together, and that's a wonderful thing.
When you guys did Dream Warriors for Nightmare on Elm Street, which, by the way, that was sort of when I discovered who Dokken was, because that song and video were everywhere. Did that, other than just me, open the band up to an entirely new audience with a huge movie release?
It actually was a very helpful promotional tool. That was our manager's idea, Cliff Bernstein. He was very close with Wes Craven, who was the director of that movie. That was great. We were the first video to be included in the video release of the movie Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors. Our video was included in the for sale video, and that was the first time that ever happened.
Did you guys get to go to the movie premiere and do all that cool red carpet stuff?
I don't believe we were around for the movie premiere. I'm pretty sure we were out of town. So, no, didn't get to do that for that. I did for later on, but for another movie later on. But I didn't get to do it for that one.
That's too bad, because I have interviewed Robert Englund before, and he seems like a really cool guy to hang out with for sure, even without the mask on.
Well, yeah, and he's actually during the time we were doing the video, he had his mask on the whole time, and he was in character the whole time, and it was really funny. He's a very, very funny guy, but very, very, very nice guy too.
I'm always, even though I know it was just a movie prop, like that glove with the razor blades on would still just kind of freak me out a little bit. Have him swinging that around the whole time.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But you know what? He's so funny that it doesn't affect you like that.
It was at this point that we got disconnected due to some technical difficulties, but don't worry, I'm calling him right back and getting him back on the phone.
Oh.
Hey, is this Jeff?
Oh, wow. Sorry about that.
No.
I have no idea what's going on. For some reason, my phone is acting really weird now, and it won't let me call out. So thank you for calling back.
No problem. I emailed John, and he said to go ahead and give you a ring, so that's what I'm doing. Happy to know that we could reconnect, though. I didn't know if it was a bad issue or just who knows what's going on with cell phones these days.
Yeah, I don't know what that was, but I have a feeling it's on my end because now all of a sudden it's saying I can't make I'm not registered on a mobile network, and I could only make emergency calls. Like, where the hell did that come from?
Oh, no. Well, now you got something to do with the rest of your day, at least, right?
Oh, goody.
What I was saying before we got disconnected, when you're in a band like Foreigner, and you guys make the decision to call it a career, how did that discussion come about? Were you in the talks with Kelly and Mick and everybody, or was that sort of made outside and you were brought in later on, or how did that all come around?
Well, Kelly came to me a couple years ago and said he wanted to start winding down. And I said, yeah, I get that. I totally get that. We, then he discussed it with Mick, of course, and, kind of worked plan out to go forward. And I was in on it fairly early because, the decision, like I say, it started with Kelly mainly because he feels like, it's getting more difficult every year for him to sing this catalog of songs. I mean, these are rough songs to sing. And he does not want to be the guy that goes up there and sucks. He won't do that. That's not in his blood. So, which I respect a lot. And so he just said, look, I need to get out because I don't want, I want to go out before my voice starts.
Right.
And I get that. So that was kind of where that all started. We're not going away. We're not falling off the face of the earth. We're just not going to be touring the 9 and 10 month tours like we used to. But we'll still be around, and you'll still hear us.
And I was wondering, because the farewell tour that you're on, I believe I talked to Kelly earlier, and he said it's not like a set thing. We're going to go out and we're going to do this one last run until we're just like, we've done it all. Okay, now we're done. So how do you prepare for what could be like a 3-year farewell tour?
Well, because we're not really, because we are looking at it like, well, let's just see what happens. As we know, for instance, that next year we're gonna do some shows, but we're gonna do a lot less. And so we just kind of sit down and say, well, how long do we want to go? When do we want to go? How many shows do we want to do? And that way we can kind of wind it down nicely over the next few years, and we'll no absolute end date. That's not the objective,
Right.
There is no absolute end date yet. That's not the plan. It's a wind down right now. But again, we call it a farewell tour because this is the last time we're going to really be touring.
And you guys are able to do it really well this time because you go out and you play a bunch of dates, but you also give yourself plenty of time off. So what does a guy like you do since the 80s excess that typified the rock band tour isn't really that much of a thing anymore? What do you go and do on your days off since, hookers and blow isn't on the menu?
Yeah, I definitely not doing hookers and blow these days. Well, I do a lot of musical projects. I think I was explaining something about doing projects with George Lynch. I do a lot of projects. I do a project called Revolution Saints with Dean Castronova from Journey. I've got Black Swan with Reb Beach and Robin McCauley and Matt Starr. I've got a lot of projects going on. And because I do love music so much, a lot of my downtime I like to spend doing music. I also teach meditation, which I love doing. And in fact, people can go to hotforyogascv.com and find out how to do my virtual meditation class that you can be anywhere in the world. And I do that once a week. So that's a pretty cool thing. So I have plenty of things to keep me occupied. And, like I say, my days off are spent with music and yoga.
I actually am looking to start my own yoga class right now because my 50-year-old ass is not nearly as bendy as I used to be, so I need to get into it and limber up some.
It's a great thing, man. I'm telling you. My classes specialize in meditation, of course, but we do some postures as well because, you got to start taking care of the old body. We remember these bodies were kind of designed to, either be in jungles or farms or whatever. And, we don't get a lot of that exercise these days. So it's kind of nice to supplement with something real healthy. And, the meditation is great because it's a crazy world out there and you need something to balance it all out. And so I've been very fortunate to have that. And like I say, I like to offer it to other people if they're interested.
And I will include a link to that when I post this up on our website and stuff if people want to be a part of Jeff Pilson, musician extraordinaire and yoga and meditation guru.
Well, wow, that sounds so good. Thank you.
I can be your hype man 100%, my friend. So,
You know what? You're hired.
are you, alongside all the music stuff, are you going to do more acting or voice work? Because you were in Rockstar and you did the voice of one of the characters from Mortal Kombat in the movie. So, is that still on the future for you there?
If opportunity came along, I love doing that. I love doing voiceover work. I wish I could do more, actually, because I really love doing it. And it's something I could do. I could even do it from the road because I have a mobile studio that's actually quite nice with me on the road. But anyway, so I don't know. That is the short answer. But I'm open if the opportunity ever came along.
I know that in the band that was in Steel Dragon or Rockstar, the Steel Dragon was the name of the band. It was you, Zakk Wylde, and Jason Bonham. Well, that's a hell of a lineup right there. You guys should form something on the side.
Well, they actually did kind of try and put something together after the movie, and it was just impossible to get all the schedules to work. But yeah. It was a pretty great band. It was pretty fun, too.
And you can get Marky Mark to do some of his Funky Bunch tunes, right?
Or not.
You're a big Ampeg guy. I play guitar, and so I always like to nerd out on gear with my musician friends. You run Ampegs on stage and in the studio. Have you tried any of the new modeling setups that everybody's going crazy about?
Honestly, you know what? I do actually use a Kemper now because I've modeled I have a 71 SVT that I think is better than any SVT on the planet. And I was able to model that very effectively. And that's actually what I play live now is my Kemper modeling my 71 SVT.
Oh, okay. So you've moved on in the world, but I mean, hell, you've had access to pretty much any kind of rig you'd like out there, I'm sure. So if you're going to stand up and say that Kemper's the way to go, then I bet that's a good rig to try out for sure.
Well, I've had good luck and bad luck with modeling on that thing, but I managed to get a model of my 71 SVT that really, really came out great. So yes, a Kemper can do wonderful things.
We are going to be hanging out with Bruce, Michael, and Luis the day after the show. Are you going to be on the road off to somewhere else? Are you going to come have some beers with us, or what are your plans for after the July 20th show?
You know what? I honestly have absolutely no idea. That's weeks away. I haven't a clue.
Well, I know that you're a very busy guy, so I'm just going to extend the offer. If Bruce, Michael, and Lewis haven't done it yet, you're free to come hang out with us the day after. Obviously, you've got a bunch of stuff going on, so whatever happens, happens. But I wanted to put that out there that you're welcome to come and just show up if you feel like it.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate the invite. They're very kind of you.
Thank you so much for your time, my friend. I know you've got to go get your phone fixed now, so I'll let you take care of that.
Well, listen, man, thank you, and that was great. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. We'll see you when you get to town, brother.
You will. Thanks, man.